What happened to this old railway building at Purley Oaks Station near Croydon, Greater London? I took these photos in the winter of 99-2000 and have come back to see what has happened. I was hoping that the building had been restored. Please stay to the end for all the detail. I hope you enjoy. Please like and subscribe. Brought to you by Eclectic Experience. Change seen through images. Purley Oaks is in Greater London, located between Croydon and Purley. Like much of Greater London, it grew significantly in the 20th century. Here is a 1910 map showing how empty the area was then. On this map, we can also see the station, Purley Oaks, which at the time was fairly new, having opened in November 1899. Looking at the 1947 map, just under 40 years later, we can really see how the area has become a lot more built up. This would have mainly happened in the interwar years, as house building pretty much stopped during World War II. Looking closely at the outline of the station, this has not changed at all, and was probably the building that I ended up photographing. Coming back to the photos, when I took this photo in the winter of 99-2000, I could not believe what poor state the buildings and platform were in. This was a railway station that was in everyday use. As an aside, some of the pictures are in black and white, as I was experimenting with black and white film at the time. However, the black and white film does seem to emphasise the dereliction of the place. Before looking at what is there now, let's review the old pictures. Looking at the main building first, on the far right hand side we can see the entrance to Purley Oaks Station, which seems very small compared to the larger building that is attached. We can see the Purley Oaks railway station sign on the wall of the derelict building with the old style branding, and I think the logo at the bottom was Connex. The main building itself doesn't look like it's been used for some time, with the windows being supported by wooden beams or boarded up, and looking through the windows it looks like the roof is missing. I'm assuming the building was constructed when the station opened, as supported by the evidence from the maps, as the rear of it actually forms part of the platform. Next to the building there is this tall pole with what looks like two lights at the top, which I presume are floodlights. They look very old, even for 1999. I took a picture of the end of the building where we can see the windows are again supported, and at the base we can see the gates to the ramp to the platform. The ramp is behind this wall, and we can see some arches at the end. Again, I was really shocked at the poor condition they were in at the time. There was some metalwork just laying on the floor, which again was surprising as it was just left there in front of a fully operating station. I took a closer picture, which unfortunately again highlighted the state of the decay in the brickwork behind. The station was opened by the London, Brighton and South Coast Railway in November 1899, so the station was about 100 years old when I took these pictures. Unfortunately, it really looked like it. Going onto the platform, I have both a colour and a black and white photo taken from different ends of it, as well as one showing some stonework highlighting the probable quality of the original building. All along the platform we can see windows that have been bricked up, probably the other side of the building. We can also see where girders have been cut, which I assume supported the original canopy. Looking at the lampposts in the extreme bottom right, we can just see their bases have been painted blue and yellow, which I think were the operating company Connex colours. Arriving by train in 2023, the operating company is now Southern, which took over the contract from Connex Central 20 years ago. Through the window and the other side of the station buildings, we can see the wall we were looking at previously. On getting off the train, I couldn't visit the platform again as it is closed to the public, so I had to take the pictures from the middle platform, which has a fence running down the middle to stop access to the adjoining platform as well. Looking at the old photo and then today, We can see that the wall we were originally looking at is a lot smaller now, and it's been painted, though that was a long time ago, looking at how the paintwork has deteriorated. The only bit of high wall standing is where the platform entrance is, though this is blocked up, so this does not bode well for the main building I'm looking for. Looking at the old photo, the platform entrance was here, though you can't really see it. Moving to the outside, this is the view now. The building has gone, not repaired, just demolished and fenced off. There are remnants. The bottom of the wall by the gates and the back wall that bordered the platform are still there, though we can see from the platform side it's obviously been reduced. Moving along, the arches have been tidied up and the area in front of them has been cleared, and it looks like part of the wall repointed. Amazingly, it looks like the gates at the bottom of the ramp are still the same if we go back and look at the old photo. The old lights that were on top of the pole have gone, and lockers now stand in front of where the building once was. Comparing the station entrance over 20 years, this is it in 2023 with the big gap where the building once stood. But if we go back 20 years, it looked in poor condition. Though the old door does look quite impressive, and I think it might still be there, having been painted. Part of the wall of the old building has been retained as a side wall to the entrance. The top part has also changed, and there is new signage. We can see the station entrance is more prominent, but mainly because the old building is no longer there. So what happened? Why did this building get into such a poor state of repair that it had to be demolished? Well, from what I can gather, there was a fire in 1989 that destroyed Platform 1 and this building. I think the Croydon Model Railway Society used the building as club rooms, and they were then forced to relocate. If we look at the colour photo from the platform side, it looks like there is evidence of smoke damage at the top of the window. I assumed it was then deemed too dangerous, and at some point in the last 23 years was taken down. I had hoped to see a restored building, or even a new building, but unfortunately feared it would just have been knocked down and not replaced, and unfortunately that is what happened. At the same time, the turn of the millennium, I also photographed the demolition of the ABC, or Astoria Cinema, just down the road in Purley. Here's the link. Please take a look. I hope you found the video interesting. Please like, click for alerts for future releases. Thank you for watching Eclectic Experience, change seen through images.